Hey, what's up? Hi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Cal. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and turn on those notifications. I hope everyone is having a fascinating day. I'm also having a fascinating day. Okay, I'm going to do this scary story time for Halloween. This is my Halloween story time, my Halloween scary story time. Okay, so I'm going to say I've heard some strange stories in my family. My mother has told me some strange stories. My mother say that um, my mother say that her mother, which is my grandmother, and her grandmother, which is my great grandmother, have told some strange stories. Okay, so my mother say that our family, they once moved in this big house. This house used to be a doctor's office. It was a doctor office. And when they first had moved in, they saw a lot of needles and stuff in the basement. They saw a lot of needles and things that doctors use. They saw it in the basement. So they cleaned all that stuff out the basement. I don't know why my eyes are burning. I don't know why my eyes start burning. All of a sudden, my eyes just start burning. Okay, but back, stop burning eyes. Stop burning. Okay, back to story. Okay, so they cleaned all the stuff out the doctor office. I mean, they cleaned all the stuff from the basement out the doctor office, and they cleaned the house up and they got it ready, and they moved in. But while they was living there, they would hear a lot of strange noises. And my uncle, they said my uncle, he was kind of strange, and he always had bad nightmares as a little boy. Yes. My uncle always had bad dreams and nightmares as a little boy. So every night, my uncle would say that he would hear someone coming up the steps. He said every night he would hear footsteps. And he said my uncle was very funny and strange because he would always say, I wish this person would stop bothering me. This ghost person would be coming up the stairs all the time. And he would hear him just coming. He would hear the footprints of the spirit always coming up the stairs and playing with his doorknob. This spirit would touch and play around with his doorknob. I like that was crazy. Excuse me for a second. I don't know what got in my eye, but through adversity, I'm still going to make this video and give y'all this scary story time. Okay, so the house was spooky, and they moved out the house, and then I heard another story, like when my cousin said that she had these dolls, and these dolls once came alive. I was like, my family, once again, they were living in another spooky house, and my cousin had these dolls, and she said these dolls, they came alive. And I'm like, that's scary. A fake stiff doll just come to life and come alive. My cousin said her and her brother, they witnessed and seen these dolls coming alive. And so they ran out the bedroom. They told their mother, which is my aunt. They told her, and it was crazy. And then I heard all the time another story that my aunt told was that my aunt told my mother that with her, it was her and my mother's siblings. My mother is the youngest, so she wasn't born at this time. So this was a time when it was just my mother and her older siblings. They were living in, once again, another spooky house. They were living in another spooky house. And this time, this lady was blocking them. My aunt and her brother and stuff. This lady was blocking them, and they could not get down the steps. But their mother, which is my grandmother, was outside the door. And she was knocking. I mean, she could not get in the door. The door was jammed. And they were screaming and saying they could not come downstairs. They were telling their mother that this woman was standing in front of the stairway. This woman was standing in front of the steps. This woman was blocking their way, and it could not come down the steps and open the door and get out. So their mother, my grandmother, she did get this man in the neighborhood. He had to come in and bust down the door. He had to bust the door down so they could come in and get my aunt and my uncle out. But once the man bust the door down, the woman disappeared. Yes, this woman disappeared. They didn't see the woman. So this spirit and ghost woman disappeared. They did not see her. But soon they got in, my aunt and uncle, they told my mother the woman was blocking their way and they could not get out. But it's strange because my grandmother could not get in. That door was jammed and my grandmother could not get in. So she had to get someone to bust the door down to get in and get my aunt and uncle. Like I said, but the first story of the house, the first story where the house was a doctor office, and my uncle heard someone coming up the steps all the time, coming to his room and bothering him. As he said, this ghost person was always annoying him. But I think that the doctor office, it could have been a quack doctor that was killing and torturing people. So all the people that this doctor could have killed and tortured, their souls was not rested. That's what I think. That's what I personally think. I personally think that the souls was not rested. This doctor might have tortured and killed people, and their souls was not rested. And that's the reason why the house was strange. That's why they heard strange things. And that's why this bad spirit was bothering my uncle every night. But like I said, I've heard a lot of strange stories. One time, my mother said, my grandmother told her that One time, a snake came out of my great grandmother's leg. Someone put some roots on my great grandmother. This was in Virginia. My grandmother is from Staunton, Virginia, and she said that my mother, which is my great grandmother, she said that a snake came out of her leg. Someone had cast a spell on her. Someone did roots had cast a bad spell on her, and the snake came out her leg. And that snake left a scar on her leg forever. My mother said that she saw the scar on my great grandmother. That snake coming out of her leg, it left a strange white scar on her leg. It's crazy. I've heard so many weird stories. My mother said that her great grandmother, my mother said that her great grandmother and my aunt and my cousins, they've told so many strange, my aunt, uncles, and cousins have told so many strange mystery stories. They have told so many stories of the unknown. Yes, they're told so many stories of the unknown that is mysterious and sound very strange and weird and spooky. Yeah. So I just want to come on here and give y'all these spooky stories for Halloween. These are my spooky Halloween StoryTime stories that's been told to me that has happened in my family. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. And again, I don't know why my eyes started burning while I was trying to make this video. But through adversity, it just showed you keep going, even though my eyes started burning, but I kept going. I fought through adversity. I fought through and I kept going. I didn't stop. I kept going, and I gave y'all these stories. I shared these stories. I don't celebrate Halloween on a holiday, but I just want to get these spooky unknown stories, these spooky unknown scary stories. I just want to tell it for some fun during this Halloween month and season of October. Okay, I'm Mikkel. Subscribe, like, comment, share, turn on those notifications. I appreciate all the love and support. I will see you all in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your fascinated day. Enjoy the rest of your fascinated day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my fascinated day. Bye, chosen ones. Bye, 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 bye. I love you all. One love.